Welcome back to Geekshow Arcade.
Beep, boop.
Hey, I'm excited for this. Woo!
Oh man, we got some
Yay!
cool stuff to talk about. Let's get right into it. This is Geek Show Arcade, where we talk about video games and video game related things. Tons of awesome stuff to talk about this week. But let's introduce our panelists real quick. We got Owen over here.
Hey, follow me on Twitter @TechNoan.
There you go. We got Jaren.
Hi, I'm Jaren. You can follow me on
He's very
Twitter
excited.
at Jaren.
So excited.
I am so excited. And did you guys see that I put my old Game Gear and Sega Nomad on my shelves? You didn't even notice.
No, we didn't.
Oh wait, I bet if we do this solo layout action,
There
we
we
go.
go.
Where?
Right there,
I still don't see-
upper
oh.
right hand corner. You need to put a
Says
spotlight or something on there.
Sega.
You need to highlight it more.
Sega.
yeah, you
good-
gotta
good
put
stuff
you gotta
right
put
there.
a light behind there.
Yep.
No.
All right, and we got Lando.
Hey, it's me. I'm a bird watcher.
I appreciate.
Oh, and we have a
that.
host.
There you
He's
go.
Tony.
Check me out on Twitter @QuadTTony. I'm not watching any birds, but I
Yet.
can
Yet.
appreciate
Yet.
I can
Yet, buddy.
appreciate
You're
that
so
people get
cool.
into that. It's all good. All right, no emails this week. I think I heard is what the status is.
Yeah.
Jaren.
Yeah,
You have-
what do you want?
You literally have two jobs, Jared.
Pete's. No
emails.
No
No
emails.
emails this
right?
time.
I already told you this. Why are you asking me again?
That was
Because
in
for the
in-between.
show.
That was before the show started.
Yeah.
The listeners that don't have the in between need context.
Maybe it'll inspire them to listen to the in-between.
Did we have any emails, Jaren?
Oh my goodness. Ravy balls of fire.
If you feel like emailing us, geekshowarcade@gmail.com.
Save us this pain, please.
Yep. All right. Let's talk about. So we had several game showcases this week.
All the showcases.
The only one we didn't have this week was last week's Sony, which I'm gonna say was kind of disappointing.
Mostly bad.
Mostly. I would
One
say
good
it
game.
was. I wouldn't say it was bad. I would say Sony's was mostly meh. It's
Yeah,
meh.
yeah.
Meh.
I'm excited
know.
for Astrobot. Everything
Yeah,
else.
there was
meh.
there was a couple games that looked kind of interesting there, but overall it's kind of eh. But this week we got the Summer Games Fest showcase hosted by Mr. Video Game himself, Jeff Keighley. We had the Xbox showcase. Oh baby,
What a
we
banger
had-
that was.
Indeed, we had the Ubisoft showcase, which let's go over that right now.
Hold on,
they
real
didn't
quick,
show
before you-
anything new.
Before you
The
get started,
end.
did these showcases? Is this always the way they've done it, or is this a scramble to redo the system now that E3
This
is no more?
is what happened. This is what caused E3 to go
You're
away.
exactly. That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say, chicken or the egg there. But
Yeah.
I kind of like
Egg
this
chicken.
better. I kind of like this better that it's like they get to focus on their own thing. We just still have this games week, but they all kind of do it on their own
Yeah.
turf.
The one thing that was cool about E3 that we don't get anymore is you got game journalists and things that got to go
Yeah,
usually
right.
do like demos and stuff of the games on the show floor. So you don't really get that much anymore. But other than that, I do like this better than E3
This
because
yeah,
you get a I feel like a higher
kind of
concentration of stuff.
yeah, you get more of it, right? You're like
Yeah.
a dedicated with their stuff.
Ubisoft did show more about Star Wars Outlaws.
Well,
Some
what
interesting
I-
things there.
What I meant was they didn't show anything,
Right.
any new games. Everything had already been previously announced.
But I think Ubisoft looked at the reaction of Starfield when you couldn't land on planets and like, oh no, we got to add this feature quick.
Get that in there.
But
Yeah.
yeah, there was a seamless transition from space onto Tatooine. They somehow flew through clouds on Tatooine. I didn't think Tatooine had many clouds.
Can't have a Star Wars without Tatooine. You
Right,
gotta
right.
Have Tatooine
but
in there.
the clouds were obviously cover for loading the planet.
Yeah.
But
how does that
Tatooine,
work on
why would
Tatooine?
there be clouds on
Could be
Tatooine?
cloud dust cloud.
It was very white.
Well,
As white as me, Tony.
Whoa. Okay, calm down now. Let's see. Well, they showed off. They just basically said Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake is still coming. Now it's not till 2026.
Holy
course. That's
cow!
crazy.
What went wrong with that game? Is this another Skull and Bones?
Everything went wrong with that game. They showed off some more Assassin's Creed Shadows. They showed off, I guess, Anno 117 Pax Romana was new, but that's a city builder game, and none of us really care about that.
I
Where's
like city
James
builder
when you need him?
games.
Yeah, James is the one that would get into
I
that.
like them. They're okay.
Do you actually play them though?
Sometimes.
When's the last time you played one? I rest
You
my
make it-
case. Prince
yeah.
of Persia,
Good point.
the Lost Crown DLC, some Avatar DLC, and a Skull and Bones update. Crew.
They're still supporting Skull and Bones,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. The Crew Motorfest Year 2. Yeah, that was it. Okay, Ubisoft's out of the way.
Hey, more on Star Wars Outlaws. It looks awesome. I'm all in on this game. There's fighting in the plane. There's shooting.
Yep.
There you go.
All
What
right.
else do you need?
Let's talk. We're going to save Ubisoft, Xbox, sorry, for last, because boy, howdy, was that something. So, actually, yeah, because Summer Games Fest will seem boring after that. The funny thing about it, too, is Jeff Keighley told the journalists beforehand, temper your expectations, because it's not as big of a show as it has been in years past, and boy, was he right. They showed off some interesting stuff, though, with Lego Horizon Adventures. So Guerrilla, the makers of Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West, have teamed up with another company. What's it called? No, they didn't put their name in here in the blurb. To make a Lego game set in the Horizon universe. And it's not Traveler's Tales, though, and that's the weird thing. They're the ones that usually make all the Lego games, right? This is another company, and it looks kind of cool. We'll see.
And it's multi-platform, except
Yeah.
for Xbox.
Yeah, except for you, Xbox.
It's
So-
the no Tony's club.
That's right. We already have a Tony. We can't
already
have
have one.
multiple Tonys.
Nope.
Can't have
Nope.
more than one.
Yep.
Only one Tony.
Learn that the hard way.
Harry Potter Quidditch game. Harry Potter Quidditch Champions.
I was
is the name
disappointed
of
by
it.
this.
It,
I was hoping it would be in the style of Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, this is much more cartoony looking.
Yeah, much more cartoony.
Sid Meier's Civilization 7 is finally official. You got some fighting game news like Street Fighter 6 Year 2, and they're bringing in some characters from SNK fighting games. You had a Dragon Ball Z game, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Monster Hunter Wilds was showing off some more. Metaphor Refantasio was shown off. That's the new RPG from Atlas. The guys that do the Persona games. So if you're into the Persona games, you'll probably like this. Looks kind
I've
of
always
cool.
wanted to be in the Persona games.
I played through probably half of Persona 3 Golden on the Vita. Or was that Persona 4? Whichever one was on the Vita.
Right.
I played through a good part of that. I liked it. It's fun. I just haven't I own the other ones too. I bought them. I just haven't played them because that's the kind of gamer I am apparently. But they're cool. I enjoy those. Blumhouse, the horror movie company, has announced 6 different games they're working on.
Are they partnering with studios?
Yeah, and partnering with other studios.
Okay.
So if you're into horror games, then Blumhouse is going to have you covered, just like with the horror movies. What do they call these? Chrysal Theater of Idols from Vermilla Studios. Grave Seasons from Perfect Garbage. I love that development
Perfect
name, by
Garbage.
the way.
Good one. It's really good.
Sleep Awake from Eyes Out. Fear the Spotlight from Cozy Game Pals. And let's see, The Simulation from Play Me Studio, and Project C from Sam Barlow and Brandon Cronenberg.
That sounds like a big investment out of nowhere.
It does, but I'm pretty sure these are all very small studios, and these are, indie style games. So
I hope so.
I don't
'cause,
think they've bet the farm on it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like that quick of an investment that just screams layoffs in a couple years if it were bigger games.
Yeah. Out of nowhere, though, okay, this was probably the biggest thing out of nowhere that was shown that was really cool at the games Summer Game Fest, Alan Wake 2 DLC.
It was announced
Springs,
that day. Came out that day.
and dropped that day.
Oh,
So
That's
cool.
bonkers.
yeah, Alan Wake 2 was one of the coolest games to come out last year, and I'm very excited to play some DLC from that.
Oh, I need to buy that.
I
I'm gonna
picked
buy it
that
right
one up
now.
already. It's 10% off on Epic Games right now. So yeah, grab it up. Might be 20% off.
It's
Anyway,
20%.
yeah, there you go. This first one, so all throughout the Alan Wake games, they refer to this series, this TV series in the game world called Night Springs, and it's kind of like the Twilight Zone, basically. And so this DLC expansion is called Night Springs, and it's supposedly you play through 3 episodes of the Night Springs show. So three different stories with different characters in the Alan Wake universe.
You could play as Jesse Faden from Control.
Yeah, or at least an analog of Jesse Faden from Control if it's not the actual character. But yeah, it's really cool to see that drop that same day, and I'm all for anything else Remedy wants to release for us. They're fantastic. Phantom Blade Zero looks like a kind of Sekiro style game. You got, probably Souls-like style thing. Something called Slitterhead, a horror game from ex-Silent Hill and Siren developers. So that looks scary.
Interesting name.
This actually looked kind of cool. I am intrigued from the story cinematic that they showed, but we still don't know much or anything about the gameplay. But it's the Dune Awakening MMO that they're coming out with. And in the story trailer you watch, the way the story unfolds in this game, the way the game goes is, what if Paul Atreides' mother, Jessica, never went against the Bene Gesserit orders and didn't have Paul as a child, and how the universe of Dune would unfold not having Lisan al-Gaib to do his thing there. So it's a kind of an alternate, take on the story. It looks interesting.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
So it's a MMO?
It's an MMO. So hopefully it's an MMO that knows how to tell a story in a succinct and comprehensible fashion, unlike a lot of MMOs out there where they just kind of throw a bunch of lore at you. There was a Power Rangers game. What year is this?
Let's go.
This game looks awesome.
It's a beat 'em up. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind, and it's a side scroller, right? Side scroller beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like
So there you go.
retro style graphics. I'm all in on this. I'm so sick of seeing my son play Streets of Rage 4. We need something new.
It's a Power Rangers. We got something called Cairn, which is from the developers behind Fury and Haven, if you remember those indie games over the last few years. It's the point of this game is you play a character climbing a mountain.
We already have a game like that.
Yeah, it's called
Getting over
Only
it.
Up. Getting Over it. That's it.
Actually, there's
Yeah.
quite a few.
Yeah.
There's
so
a number
this-
of them, yeah.
Yeah, so this one is their take on that, and I don't know, maybe it'll be good. I don't know. Something called Wander Stop. Now, this one is a little bit interesting because it is a game by Davey Redden, who no one probably knows his name specifically, but Ivy Road is the development company that he heads, and they are the guys that made the Stanley Parable. Did you guys ever play the Stanley Parable?
I never did.
Negative.
That's a cool game. It's one of those. It was one of the first kind of like walking simulator style games that had an interesting story to tell. And in this one, the narrator reacts to what you do in the game. It's a fascinating game. They just did a remake of it a couple of years ago. Stanley Parable Ultra something or other. I can't remember. Anyway, so this is by that team, and that team also has the co-creator of Gone Home and Tacoma. So those are great games too. It'll be interesting to see what that one has in store for us. You got some Sonic news, Sonic and Shadow Generations.
I am totally in on this game. It's
I
a
still-
Sonic game. I'm going to buy it. I'm not going to play it very much, but I am going to buy it.
You will support it. I still don't
Nice.
understand why there's 2 Sonics. but I guess that's
It's Sonic Generations. It's merging the old Sonic and the new Sonic, like the old 2D and the 3D.
Yeah.
So they have 2D levels with the
Oh, is that what
cute-looking Sonic,
happens?
and then 3D
Oh,
levels
okay.
with the,
the more lanky
hey,
one.
I'm a cool Sonic.
The one with weird teeth. Oh, no, that was
Oh.
the movie before they switched it. Another news, Valorant. The shooter is coming to PS5 and Xbox.
Hey, we're not done with Sonic Generations. This is like Mario, Bowser's Fury. So it's like they have the game that came out, but then they're layering stuff on top of it with new content.
Wasn't that what Sonic and Knuckles did after Sonic 2?
Yeah, it's like Sonic and Knuckles.
See, I mean,
Kinda.
This isn't the first time they've done that.
Oh, you're right. Sega's so great.
Agreed. Hyper Light Breaker, the sequel to Hyper Light Drifter. This one's 3D. Hyper Light Breaker was 2D. So there you go. Delta Force Hawk Ops is the latest installment in the Delta Force shooters. And it's got your classic PvP, extraction, etc. But what's unique about this one is it has a full remaster of the original Delta Force Black Hawk Down video game that came out after the movie by Ridley Scott. And they have the rights to basically remake that game with the Ridley Scott's, blessing or whatever. So that might be interesting. Could be good. Neva, this mishmar. Black Myth Wukong
Hey!
showing off again. Looks really
Neva is an
cool.
emotionally charged action adventure from the developer of Gris.
Black Myth Wukong looks awesome. They've been showing that off for years though, so it just every time it comes out, it looks cooler.
Yeah, I wonder if this is going to end up like that. What's that game that came out? It was like an early access forever.
Baldur's
It
Gate
was-
3.
No,
was awesome.
never mind. Keep going. I'll look it up.
All right. Something called, and last but not least, something called Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess. So there you go. Was this not the? Oh, it was in the Sony. I was thinking, where's the Dynasty Warriors? That was in the Sony one last week. So there you go. That's,
Bright Memory Infinite. Is it going to be like that?
Oh, I hope not, because that was disappointing.
That sure was.
There was so much hype for that game, and then you got the game, and it was like 90 minutes long, and I don't even think it was that long, actually.
It was short.
It was
and for
basically a
the
tech
amount
demo.
of length it was still pretty forgettable.
Yeah. It was more like a tech demo than anything else. So there you go. That was the Summer Game Fest. Let's talk now about the glory that is the Xbox Showcase. Out of nowhere, they've dropped this on us, and it is like, what is it, like 70 minutes long of just banger after banger after banger. And like 2/3 of these games that they show off are coming to Game Pass even.
It feels like this was it was timed very intentionally
Yeah.
with the layoffs that happened last year. They're like, let's give them enough, or last month, let's give them enough time to get over that, and then we'll win them back.
Yep. And
A lot of stuff was announced, and like Tony said, banger after banger. They kicked it off with Black Ops 6. Huge deal for all you Call of Duty fans. Big news is though it'll be on Game Pass.
day one.
That's a big bet because that's tens of millions of people that could potentially not buy a Call of Duty anymore.
Yeah. But they're still coming out on PS5 and PC, so those
Yep.
markets won't be affected too much. I think what they're trying to do is get people to buy a month or two of Game Pass and then to play Call of Duty for $20 or whatever.
And then realize
and
the
then
value
realize,
of it.
oh man, there's a lot of good stuff on here. I'm going to keep paying. you know?
Yeah. It's set in the 90s. In the trailer, there was like George Bush, Bill Clinton.
All the references to the 90s
Yeah.
stuff.
And then right after that, it was Doom, The Dark Ages, which I think is my favorite game.
Think so of the show?
I think so.
It's up there for me. I don't think it's my favorite, but it is up there.
It looks so rad. It's supposed to come out, did they say next year?
I don't think they gave a release window for it. So I'm betting 2025 at the earliest.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a prequel. It's set in the Dark Ages, which I am all for. You get a chainsaw shield, which you
Yeah.
can like throw and ram into.
So think of Captain
Demons
America's
everywhere.
shield,
But with
but then there's
chainsaws?
a chainsaw.
Yeah.
There's a chainsaw chain around the outside of it, and he pulls a chainsaw, cord to start it up, and it goes and just goes around the outside of the shield, and he can throw it like Captain America. It's cool.
It looks
That's
awesome.
crazy.
And then there's this other weapon. It crushes a skull and shoots out the bone fragments at the enemies.
like a flak cannon.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, it looks so amazing. Doom 2016. It was one of my favorite games from the past
It was
5 or
awesome.
10 years. Yeah.
I didn't. They call this Dark Ages, but I don't think it takes place in the past
I think it does.
because there's a bunch of technology that shouldn't be there if it was the actual Dark Ages.
Well,
not to
'cause
mention a
he has the
shotgun.
technology.
Not to mention a shotgun with shotgun shells. Where are you
Yeah.
getting shotgun shells in the
I
Dark
don't know,
Ages?
Tony. It doesn't have to make sense. Okay.
Just has to be
That's
fun,
fair.
Tony.
That's fair. You're right.
Yeah.
I retract my statement.
But
Thank you.
unlike the other Dooms, this one seems a lot more open.
Yeah.
Like the other Dooms, there was the concept of battle arenas. You walk to a location, it shuts itself off, and then you have to defeat everyone before you can move on from that location.
Yep.
Here, there's just like a lot more enemies, and I haven't seen any glory kills in the trailer.
No, there was not a single glory kill in the trailer, so I wonder if they're moving away from those this time.
You ride around on a dragon, which
Ooh, that's cool.
I mean, what that can't get cooler than that.
Yeah, this
Right.
just looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very excited for
I'm in
Doom the
for
Dark
that.
Ages. Yeah. State of Decay 3.
That's a Game Pass game, by the way. Another number 2.
Oh, yeah.
Game Pass game number 2.
Yeah. How about we just announce when they're not Game Pass games? Because
That's
that'll be easier.
That's easier.
State of Decay 3, Tony's favorite franchise.
State of Decay 2 was such a waste. I was so disappointed in that game. Hopefully they'll make this one better. There was just way too much stupid camp babysitting. Oh, make sure the camp has enough food. Oh, make sure the camp has enough water. There's 15 people here. How come no one else can go gather water and food? What's going on here?
Yeah, we tried that out one time with my friends on
it
game
was-
night, and we never went back to it.
It was just bad design choices, if you ask me.
Yes, I think it was that. Yeah. Dragon Age: The Veilguard. This trailer was a massive disappointment. I loved Dragon Age Inquisition.
See, I didn't mind the trailer.
I was telling Tony earlier today, I think the marketing team should be completely fired for this. They are a disgrace. They renamed the game from Dragon Age Dragon Age Dreadwolf, which is an awesome name, to Dragon Age The Veilguard. What would you rather play, Dreadwolf or The Veilguard?
The first
Owen?
one.
Dreadwolf, for sure. Dreadwolf. It's
Yeah,
gonna get me.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
gonna get me.
exactly. And then they debut this trailer with there's like
All
quip,
cinematics.
all cinematics, quippy Marvel banter, which is, and then like the
Such a
graphics
hipster.
very very divergent from Dragon Age Inquisition, and I just thought the graphics looked very basic. Didn't like it. It was kind of cartoony. Very disappointed. But then gameplay came out today. I watched about 10 minutes of that,
Yeah, I
and
did too.
that is much better than the trailer.
It
Like,
looks
the-
really good.
Yeah. The graphics look a lot more full featured. It felt like more of a Dragon Age game than
It
before.
feels like they almost use a different art style for the cinematics than they do in the gameplay.
It's kind of
a little
reminiscent,
bit.
but like the gameplay looked better than the cinematics for some
Yeah.
reason.
No, I thought I was excited when I watched 10 minutes of it as well. I was like, all right, I'm in. That looks good.
Yeah. So I can hope to be excited for that. Fallout 76, you can play as Ghoul. Yay.
It's another expansion coming.
Yep. And
This'll
isn't
be
there
the-
like a new area too?
Yeah, this will be the first one that in a while that gives you new areas to explore, like an add-on to the map, basically. So
And then Starfield DLC. When this was playing, I didn't realize it was Starfield at first. I'm like, yeah, this game looks pretty rad. And then it said Starfield at the end. And I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, I could be into that.
yeah,
It's called Shattered Space. Have you played Starfield yet, Tony?
I played about 15 hours of it, and I liked it. I thought it was really cool. It was kind of a little bit buggy still, but I mean that's Bethesda. But I had it was at the time, I can't remember what I was playing at the time, but I needed to finish whatever it was for a review, so I put down Starfield. I just haven't gone back to it.
World of Warcraft, The War Within.
Warcats.
Warcats. That sounds cool. I'd play
World of Warcats.
Meow.
that. So release date of August 26th for the next DLC. So that's just
If
PC
you're
though.
if you're into WoW, there you go.
Yep. Claire Obscure Expedition 33. This is coming out next year. This is an interesting looking concept. It's about this god-like figure who writes a new number every year, and it's counting down, presumably to the world end, and they get together an expedition to try and take her out.
Well, you missed the biggest thing about the number they write down. Everyone that is that age dies.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
So, they mount this expedition to go see what the heck is there and if they can stop it and all this stuff. It's one of those games that I look at and I'm like, that looks really cool. I want to play that. Do I want to shell out $60 to play that? I don't know. But that's okay because isn't it coming to Game Pass.
Game
so
Pass.
there you go.
Yep. Is this more of like a JRPG in style, like in like combat and stuff? That's what it looked like to me.
It might. I can't remember for sure, but it might have been. I don't know.
But you have like different people on your team, and it kind of looked like turn-based combat, perhaps. So that bit I'm not jazzed about, but
I'll tell you what, you just need to play Baldur's Gate 3, and then you'll come to love turn-based.
South of Midnight gameplay trailer. That game looks pretty sweet.
It does look cool.
Yeah, comes out next year, also on Game Pass, of course. It reminded me quite a bit of Kena, Bridge of Spirits, like some of what you do and the style of it.
The art style's awesome. The voice acting sounds top-notch, too.
Yeah. So very interesting game. It's based in the U.S. South, which is not a location you see much in games.
The Bayou.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. It's basically a scene-for-scene remake of the original game, but in
Metal
Unreal
Gear
Engine
Solid
5.
Well, we'll see. Not on Game Pass, but I love Metal Gear Solid. I'll probably end up playing this.
Yeah, people are pretty down on Konami, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves Season 13. For you Sea of Thieves fan, Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn. This game looked interesting. It comes out next month, July 18th. This is Game Pass release. What do you think of this one, Tony?
It looked okay. It's got kind of Souls-like stuff going on with it. I mean, like I said, I'll give it a try. It's on Game Pass, you know?
What do you have to
Yeah.
lose?
Right.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
This,
Kinda-
I think... Go ahead.
I was just going to say it kind of reminded me of like The Order in some ways, but
Little
in
bit.
other ways, not at all. The Order 1886.
Yeah, a little bit. That was an underrated game, by the way. I actually played all the way through that one. I liked it.
Perfect Dark. This is a huge one.
This is the one I think I'm most excited about.
Yeah, I totally forgot that this was announced years ago. So, like when it started, I'm like, this game looks pretty sweet. There's parkour. It seemed kind of like a interactive sim. What do they call those?
Immersive sim.
Immersive sim. Yeah, similar to like Dishonored and Prey.
Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, that kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
thing.
But Perfect Dark at the end, it looked pretty awesome. It's made by Square Enix, partnered with.
No, Eidos partnered with...
Oh yeah.
No, sorry.
Crystal
wrong
Dynamics.
Again, Crystal Dynamics,
There we go,
who used to
yeah.
be owned by Eidos and Square Enix.
Yep.
But yeah, Crystal Dynamics partnered with the dev team that was basically created from scratch in Microsoft to make this game. I think it's called The Initiative. Yeah, there it is, The Initiative. So, yeah.
It's funny because Microsoft owns Rare, who created Perfect Dark. They're not working on
using
it.
them.
The Arcane, what's Texas? What's that studio that
Arcane
got shut
Austin.
down? Arcane Austin, which made great interactive sims in the past. They were shut down, so they didn't
Using
make this.
Yeah, I don't quite understand those choices, but so when this trailer started, she jumps out of a plane, I think, or a helicopter, and does like a high altitude dive takes place in the kind of nearish future in Cairo. At least this part is in Cairo, and by the time she gets to the ground, I'm watching it and I'm just like, I listen to the banter between her and her handler on the radio, and then I see a thing pop up that says like stop Carrington from doing something, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is Perfect Dark. I am
Yeah.
pretty sure this is Perfect Dark. And then by the end of it, it's like, yep, Perfect Dark. And I was just like, this looks cool. They're totally not going, I should say, they are going against the expected norm of what a Perfect Dark game is, where it's just, run in and shoot guys and, complete a couple of small objectives. This has like stealth mechanics. This has interactive environments. It looks like this has all kinds of hand-to-hand combat. Like it looks really cool.
Yeah, I was impressed. Diablo 4 expansion coming on October 8th, 2024, also on Game Pass. Fable. This
What about
one,
Age of Mythology.
oh yeah, I skipped that one. Age of Mythology.
Oh, come on,
this
Darren.
RTS. Is this like a remake or just
Yeah, Age of
another
Mythology
chapter into the Age of Mythology?
Retold. I think it's a remake.
Yeah. So RTS, I'll give it a try, especially since it's on Game Pass. Yep.
Perfect Dark on Game Pass.
Diablo 4, October 8th, expansion, Game Pass. Fable, this looks pretty rad. This is made by Playground Games, who did the Forza Horizon stuff, which are all excellent games. I wonder how their expertise in that will affect the product here, but it looks extremely high quality.
Yeah.
Very excited for that. That comes out 2025.
That's next year.
Yes.
I thought it was going to be a 2026 game. Yeah, this looks rad. I never played any other Fable games, but I'm definitely going to keep my eye on this one.
Yeah.
Fragpunk.
This was like the one game they showed off that I was just like, meh.
5v5 hero shooter.
Yeah,
Yay.
hero shooters just don't do it for me anymore.
Add it to the club of the
Yeah.
PS5 showcase. Yeah. Winter Burrow. It's a survival game. You play as a little mouse.
Little
It's
cute miceys.
top down, very simplistic graphics.
Just play this right after you get done playing that cat game.
It did look very cozy.
Quite cozy.
Very cozy. Mixtape. This game looks sweet. This is team behind The Artful Escape and Beethoven and Dinosaur. No, the developers Beethoven and Dinosaur, who made The Artful Escape. But it's like a coming of age tale by the sound of it. But it's music driven, so it has Devo, Smashing
that
Pumpkins.
was Bloodstained. That was the coming of age. Isn't that what Owen said?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good. Prove me wrong.
But it's like cell shaded graphics, kinda mixed with I don't know. Looks very cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what the gameplay will be like. Really, it was more of just like a reveal trailer than anything. But that one looks interesting.
Well, it's got a lot of good music too.
Yeah.
Licensed music from Devo, the Smashing Pumpkins, Lush, Roxy Music, Iggy Pop.
Didn't I just say that?
Did you?
Yeah.
Did he say that?
Oh, I did.
I don't think you did.
No, I totally did. Life is Strange sequels coming October 29th this year. Is that one on Game Pass? Doesn't say.
This is one giant Game Pass advertisement. Like if you can't
really is.
If you can't see paying just $60, like Game Pass is what, $18 a month right now for Game Pass Ultimate, right? And if you paid for that for 3 months or 6 months even, you're still under a bunch of trying a lot of these games and any of the games that are out there, but these in particular.
The other thing Microsoft is doing is all these games are coming to PC. So if you only play on PC, Game Pass on PC is only $10 a month, 10
That's
or 11.
true. If you wanted to,
So,
if you wanted Game Pass Ultimate, right? If you don't know, it gives you both PC and Xbox.
Right.
So
We're starting to sound like Microsoft Shields guys.
it's
Yeah, we
serious.
do.
Well,
That's the
I
way
mean-
this
I mean, can you-
freaking
we're just reading the facts here.
That's the
though,
thing
right?
is this
just the facts.
showcase
It's the
was
facts, ma'am.
this showcase was the best thing I've seen in years for any system. And You know, if it sounds like we're gushing about it, it's because we are. It was so good.
It's a wide variety of content too. Like the next game, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024,
Yeah.
coming out in November. Be on Game Pass. Flight Simulator is phenomenal. Indiana
You like
Jones
that?
and the Great Circle, that comes out end of this year,
That
supposedly.
looked awesome.
It looks amazing. That's one of my most anticipated games this year. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. Is this new? I don't think I've heard of this one
Yeah,
before.
this is a new one. Action RPG. I mean, there's not much to say on that one. It's coming to all the platforms. This isn't a Game Pass one, but it looked kind of cool. I mean, it.
Kind of reminded me of Stellar Blade, where there's like
Yeah.
grizzly monsters and you're like a beautiful woman
Yep.
destroying them.
Yep.
So there you go. Avowed. I totally forgot about Avowed
Ooh,
at this point
Avowed
because there were
looks-
so many awesome things coming
That's
and
the
like,
thing.
I'm like, oh yeah, Avowed. That's coming out this year too.
And this looked rad as well.
Yeah, this is made by Obsidian. They've made extremely good RPGs in the past. Their latest one, Outer Worlds.
Yep. Outer Worlds was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So this one's a little bit more stylized than that, but I'm very excited for it. It looks very neat. Actually, maybe it isn't more stylized. It's about
I
the
would say
same.
it's about the same,
Yeah.
but it's medieval sword and sorcery versus science
Yeah.
fiction futuristic. So
Yep. I was thinking of the excellent title card for Avowed. I don't know why that's so
That's-
cool.
looks
Yeah.
that's one of the coolest title cards for any game in a long time. It's just
Yeah,
crazy.
it really
looking.
is. A game called Atomfall. It's the Sniper Elite team at Rebellion.
But this looks so different than anything they've done with Sniper Elite. So I'm pretty interested in this.
Comes out next year. Also on Game Pass, of course.
Avowed is on Game Pass as well.
Yeah, this is like you have bow and arrow, guns. There's robots set in a wasteland. I don't know what's going on with
Ticking
Atomfall.
all the boxes. I'm in.
Yeah, looks interesting. Zombies as well. Seems like Assassin's Creed Shadow. And more info on that. Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl.
Oh, maybe this is the one I liked the most. I can't decide.
It's like, yes,
It's like trying to
yes.
choose your favorite ice cream. All
I
ice
know.
cream's good ice cream.
That is the analogy I was trying to come up with, but instead I
No,
just
not
said yes.
all ice cream is good ice cream. That's not true.
Okay, ice cream that has black licorice is not good ice cream. But
Stalker
other than
2
that,
comes out September 5th.
good call.
It will be on Game Pass.
That was a big get. I don't think it was announced on Game Pass up until now. No, was it? I can't remember. Anyway, the point is, this looks awesome.
Yeah, and the crazy part is this is made by Ukrainian developers. How do they do this right now?
How have
It's
they kept working, with everything going on over
Yeah.
there? So
insane to me.
I'm very excited for this one. It looks crazy. The graphics look amazing. It's an Unreal 5 engine game. The style looks amazing. The everything about it just looks really cool. I mean, I'm a big sucker for games developed in that part of the world. I just really love the style that they use in like Poland and Ukraine and
Yeah,
and
it has
things like that.
Metro vibes for sure.
Exactly.
Has its own flavor though. Then they announced a new digital Xbox Series X
Adorably digital.
for $450, matching the price of the PS5 digital. If they undercutted PS5, I think that would have been a big win for
That
them,
would have been
but
huge, yeah.
they didn't, unfortunately. Then they have a 2 terabyte Xbox Series X for $600, which
Special edition.
yeah, not a great deal. And then finally, last and least, Gears of War E-Day.
This was their one more thing.
Yeah, I don't care about Gears of War.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man, Gears of War is so cool. Are you kidding me?
I know. I've tried. I haven't tried much actually, but
Yeah, you need to play Gears of War, man. Gears of War was the pioneer of the stop and pop games where you run around,
don't say Uncharted.
slide into cover and peek out from cover, pop up from cover, take out guys, move to the next cover-based shooters. Like they started that craze, and they still do it the best. The Gears of War E-Day is a prequel to everything they've done in Gears of War up to this point, because this follows Marcus Phoenix and Dom the day E-Day, Emergence Day, the day everything went to hell in the world of Gears of War and everything started coming up through the ground and trying to kill them. And it looks awesome.
If I wouldn't have to go to work anymore, that wouldn't be so bad.
E-Day for Jaren just doesn't have to go to work. It's not so bad. Yep, there you go. That is everything announced at Xbox, and it was just one awesome thing after another. And they have loaded up the next 18 months with just tons and tons of good games.
Yeah, and then Phil, what's his name?
Spencer.
I was about to say Schiller. Like, no, that's Apple.
Nope.
He went on with an IGN interview later and said, well, some of these will be coming to PS5. Probably not the best time to say that.
No, I think it was fine to do that because you need to level set the expectations. And I love his reasoning behind it when he said things like Doom is coming to PS5, because Doom has been on as many platforms as it can work on forever. And especially when you're talking about a game that everyone recognizes like that, it would be absolutely foolish, first of all, to leave that money on the table, the PS5
Everyone
money.
recognizes Halo. Why wouldn't they do the same with Halo then?
There's rumor that they are.
Ooh, people will flip.
I know. That one's different, though, because that one started exclusive, whereas it would be taking Doom exclusive when it started multi-platform. And there's a big difference there. But, yeah, I think that I wouldn't mind if everything went multi-platform, to be frank. It wouldn't bother me at all.
Exclusivity stuff sucks.
Yeah. Go multi-platform, make
There's nothing
as
fun.
much money as you can.
Well, that's why I'm on PC.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything's on PC now.
Pretty much, except for Nintendo games.
Yeah, they don't
Legally.
count.
So there you go. I did have a quick story on here that has been changed with new information. It looked like for a minute Black Ops 6 install size was 305 gigabytes.
Oh, that
Yeah.
beats.
That's a lot of gigabytes.
That beats Destiny 2.
Yeah.
But it was clarified the next day today, because I found this article yesterday. It was clarified today that is the install size if you have Black Ops 6, Warzone, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3 all installed in the same game launcher, the same title screen. So Black Ops 6 by itself is not going to be 305 gigabytes, and you can install as much or as little of the Call of Duty, games as you want along the way.
Why does
They
Call
said-
of Duty need its own launcher? This is the worst.
It really is.
I hate it.
And the weird thing
It's
about
that
it
big
too,
of a deal.
the weird thing about it too is it's not even like a real launcher. It's you launch a game and then it loads the game and then it takes you to a title screen where you choose either continue playing into that game or load another game, and you have to go through the loading process of the game again.
Why would I select a game and then want to
Choose
choose
another
another
game.
game?
Why wouldn't you is the
I don't know.
question.
It's like Apple designed this or something.
Nailed it. Sick burn.
I just wanted interaction from Lando. He's been
I've been
quiet.
interacting the whole time, Jaren.
Which, by the way, Lando, I regularly see Xbox Series X's refurbished ones on sale for
know.
like $300, man.
I gotta get on that for
Get
sure.
on it. So
Get on it.
Get on it. All right, I think that about wraps it up. We just had tons and tons of gaming
So
news
much
this
stuff.
week. Yep, so much.
That's
awesome
one giant
stuff.
advertisement for Game Pass.
It really is, and at this point though, I can't blame them because it's worked.
Yeah.
I think I'm finally going to feel like I'm really getting my money's worth out of Game
Yeah.
Pass over the next year and a half.
And Microsoft has had nothing for the last 4 years, and finally
Yep.
they have so much to show, and it's great.
Yep. So, anyway, that is it for today. Thanks for making it to the end. Before we go, big shout out to our awesome Patreon backers. Patreon.com/HelpDeskArcade. If you donate $6 a month or more, you get a shout out on the air, which Jaren has for us right now.
Thank you to David Broshinsky, Connor Keesaw, and Wolfball Tony,
Here we
Jason Eatman, Huevos Verdes con Jamón, Juan Ramon Lambo is 3.6 Rontgens. Mohills Meatballs, Mohills Meatballs, Meatballs, Meatball. Oh, I almost had it.
Oh, you're
so
getting
much.
close
So
that
close.
time.
That was really good.
I was one away.
So close.
B, the 8-year-old Michael Shane, Tony, the home theater geek. Travis Johnson, buy Geekshow Arcade Hop Desk stickers at Pieman Graphics on Etsy. All proceeds go to Lee George Cade's medical bills. Jeremy, no name, no color. Keslow, Eric Steinman, Eric Cruz, the in-between rating +8. Matt Nelson, Harry Patch, Adam, Aaron Faulkner. Stuart Lloyd. The problem with society is there's no meatball.
We were literally trying that time.
I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. I promise. There are no mohills that can't be mountain climbed
Wait a minute.
over.
What's a mohill?
Don't
There are
worry
no
about it.
mohills.
Let it have it.
Mohills?
A
Molehill.
This is
molehill or a
molehills.
molehill?
Molehills.
It says molehills.
There's an L
Yeah,
in
but
there.
you're saying mohills.
You're saying mohills.
What? I am not.
I know twice you did, for sure.
You said,
Like a hill that you
we
would
can
mow.
play it back. We'll play it back.
This is no way. No.
Mohills.
Ryan Evan Adam.
Molehill.
Thank you so much, Patreon backers. You are awesome. Okay,
Oh.
we're done. That is it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for downloading us. And we will see you on the next one. But until then, Owen, take us out.
Hey, we hope you care.